I wrote the definitive account of the Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee sex tape. And I tracked down the guy who stole the tape.
Amanda is like the investigating reporter who tricked Rand into telling her what he did.
So Rand Gauthier grew up in Los Angeles. His parents were divorced. He sort of by coincidence started dating a woman who worked in porn. She kind of introduced him to the world of pornography. But as he got older, Rand became an electrician, was working as an electrician in Pam and Tommy's house.
Do I remember the guy? No. I mean, no offense to electricians and whatnot, but they don't have a very glamorous role in construction.
After Rand was fired, he wanted the money that he was owed, or that he says he was owed. So I think it was like a little bit of revenge, a little bit of like, okay, well, I'm gonna make the money back by selling off whatever's in the safe. Rand stealing the safe from Pam and Tommy's house, it's probably like the squishiest part of the story in the sense that like I've heard several versions of the story now from Rand himself. It's just very hard to sort of say anything with certainty. He spent months in an unmarked truck staking out Pam and Tommy's house. He wanted to disguise himself on the security cameras as Pam and Tommy's dog. And so he put a white Tibetan yak fur on his back and jumped over the fence and scrambled on all fours, just in case a security guard was looking at the footage. I'm skeptical about this, but he gets the safe onto the dolly by himself, apparently. It's like a gigantic safe, probably weighed like 500 pounds. And then he claimed that he like pushed the safe up onto the bed of his truck using his legs.
Pamela and I went to England for Christmas, and we came back, and the safe was gone. The whole safe. I mean, one guy, impossible.
Who knows what actually happened, other than the fact that safe was absolutely stolen. Certainly by January 1996, Pam and Tommy noticed the safe was missing. They filed a police report. According to the police report that Pam and Tommy later filled out, the safe contained a bunch of guns, jewelry like a Rolex, like a diamond bracelet or something, the white bikini that Pamela had been wearing when she got married, personal photographs, medical paperwork, and of course, high 8 tape with a bunch of home videos, including 8 minutes of sex. The tape was recorded over the course of the first 9 or 10 months of 1995, mostly in California and Nevada. Wherever Pam and Tommy were, sometimes they would, take out the video camera and record what was going on.
This was a handy cam.
Everyone owned one of these. Look, I know how this works.
This is Pam and Tommy filmed on one of these.
We're on a vacation doing what adults do. There's nothing on there that adults don't do, especially people that are married.
They're enjoying each other. They're enjoying being beautiful, charming newlyweds.
First of all, he had an enormous penis. He was very proud of it. I think he drove the boat with it for a little while in the tape. They said I love you to each other constantly, more than you thought two people could.
And so they were filming a lot of stuff all the time. It wasn't that they sort of filmed this one event, right? They were filming their lives together.
It's just under an hour, and only about 8 minutes of the hour is actual sex.
She was just so in love with him, and he in love with her, and the happiness that they portrayed, and that real, good, sexy love, and they were so romantic and happy.
Pamela always had these beautiful visions of how beautiful their lives would be in this fairy tale kind of setting.
She was supernatural and super fresh-faced and sweet and new, and you can tell it's the small town girl in this big city.
The promise of the 90s was that women could do anything that men could do. But our society didn't live up to the promise of 90s feminism.
I have been telling the truth. He pressed me to justify my reasons for saying no to him.
Any woman, whether she actually had power or whether she was just showing up in public, was denigrated her and pilloried her no matter what. Pam and Tommy later came to get an anonymous envelope with the tape, and that's how they found out.
Pam and Tommy kind of had to like lock their lives down and sort of figure out like, who do we trust, if anyone? Rand opened the safe using a demolition saw with a like diamond composite blade. Rand brought the Pam and Tommy sex tape to Milton Ingley, who ran the adult film studio where Rand worked, and it was sort of like playing it and sort of like doing other stuff when all of a sudden they heard, and like everyone turned to see, you know, the projection or the screen and kind of like flipped out. And it was like, oh my God, we're gonna all become rich off of this.